apply, they can apply for up to two projects. And so we can go over that in a little bit of what that looks like. But on our website, you're able to access the faculty catalog as well as the project catalog and see what projects you would be interested in. And then through this, we also like to involve faculty at Arizona State as well as industry partners from all different industries to try and give opportunities to network, build connections, potential mentorship opportunities, internships, whatever it may be, just gaining those connections and getting to experience industry partners firsthand. And I'll have a list of some of the industries we've been connected with in the past. But yeah, so these are kind of the three main components. And then kind of going into the details a little bit more specifically. So, students who are selected are going to spend 8 weeks over the summer working under the mentorship I mentioned of the faculty on these research projects. And this time around, the first 2 weeks are going to be held virtually, trying to be as accommodating as possible for students from all over the world at all different universities and having different timelines of when they may be ending school or whatever else they may be involved in. So this is just trying to allow as many people as possible who are selected to be able to be accommodating and be involved in this. So in those first 2 weeks, we will be hosting an online program orientation. You will be able to complete any necessary trainings online. Do like introduction discussions in our SURI Canvas, like our course website, as well as just get acclimated with your research team so that when you come in person, you can kind of start right away and not have that little transition period and just try to get straight into your research for that 6.5 week period. Um, and then, so eligible students, which we'll go over in the next slide, will receive both a $5,000 stipend, and that half of it will be distributed at the beginning of the program when that in-person component begins, and then the other half will be distributed after the completion of the program. And then we are also offering on-campus housing at our main Tempe campus. And again, so we like to what we call host guest speaker series, and that is the opportunity for industry partners to come in. We host a lunch with it. We invite faculty, and it's just a time for all participants to come together. You may not be working on the same research team, so being able to kind of have a space and a time to meet on campus, to hear different topics from industry partners. Yeah, so we really like to value and prioritize that, be weekly or bi-weekly. And then lastly, outside of those speaker series sessions, we also like to host other events just to try to get everyone together. Sometimes we invite industry partners as well. And that's just a time for yeah, people to kind of connect and interact outside of their research while also enjoying the fun that Arizona has to offer. And so talking about who is eligible for the program, so we really welcome every and all type of student, ASU, non-ASU, US citizens, F1 students, as well as international students. And then, so more specifically, we are trying to prioritize students between the junior and senior years of their undergraduate degrees, as well as those who are currently pursuing master's degrees. So those will be given highest priority, and that's just to try and align with one of those goals that I'd mentioned in the beginning, since it's kind of intended to streamline the undergraduate, master's into a PhD. Those academic standings, junior, seniors, master's students, are closest to that. So that's why we try to highlight the priority and kind of what we're focused on, but we don't want to discourage any student from not applying. I always like to encourage any student interested because you never know what faculty are looking for. And we have had a variety of students from all academic standings participate. Um, and then again, of course, students who are interested in pursuing a PhD, or especially at ASU, will be given priority as well, looking for that. So US citizens, permanent residents, and ASU sponsored F1 visa international students. This may not be applicable for everyone, but just kind of trying to give the broad sense of what type of students we host. And then, so lastly, international students who are not currently present or studying in the US may be sponsored by ASU for the J1 visa status to participate in person and receive the stipend. And then something I want to note is that any international student who is interested, you don't need to do anything right now as far as documentation or any part of the process, just because we have a little bit of time until selections are made. Once students are selected, we will walk through that process with you. Um, and so you don't have to get started on anything. We don't want to put that on you, but we will help out with that if selected. Okay, so we talked a little about what is involved in the program. So now I want to go over how to apply. So our applications are currently open. They opened a month ago, December 4th, and they are open until February 4th. So we're about at the halfway mark. Um, you can access it through the website as well as all this information through in that black box at the bottom, graduate.engineering.asu.edu/SURI, or just you can Google or search ASU SURI. A little bit easier. But if you're interested in applying, you should be prepared to submit these materials through that online website or online application on that website. So the completed online application, a resume, or a CV, a copy of your transcript. It doesn't have to be official, it could be an unofficial transcript, as well as a brief personal statement. And this is just a space for you to explain who you are outside of your application materials, talk about why you're interested in participating in the program. This could include any of your research interests, why you're interested in the projects that you're applying to, any relevant background or experience, whether it be research, academic, or work that may be relevant, as well as just your overall goals and how the SURI program could try and help you achieve those. And so we like to ask that is up to 500 words. Um, and we don't require letters of recommendation also. You're welcome to include them if you want, but there's no guarantee that that's going to be used or referred to. Try to make it as fair as possible, and we don't have that as a requirement. And then lastly, for international applicants, we ask that you provide documentation of English language proficiency. And this can also be in the form of either a certificate from your university stating that your instruction is in English medium language, or English language medium. Yeah. And then, or if that is stated somewhere on your transcript that the instruction is in English, then that will serve as the um, language proficiency. But we also on our website have a link. It is the same as the requirements for general admission at ASU for the types of test scores we accept, as well as other ways you can go about that, as I just mentioned. So I believe it's like Duolingo, TOEFL, and then an IETLS. I might be mixing up those, but those are the three main ones, and maybe Cambridge, but it's on the website. I don't want to give any false information. Um, and so now talking about a little bit more of the activities, the dates you can jot down. So we will be hosting the program from May 19th to July 15th, about 2 months. So as I said, that 2 week online component will bring us to a move-in date for the in-person start on Sunday, June 1st. And then we will be hosting those weekly or bi-weekly workshop speaker sessions, and you can see kind of what that looks like at the bottom there, bottom photo. Some social activities tentative right now, but in the past, we have hosted anything from indoor skydiving to a baseball game here in Arizona, as well as like a simulated golf kind of experience. So that's always a blast, and everybody has a ton of fun. Kind of get to know each other and have fun outside of the research. And then we like to close it all out with a final research showcase. At the end of the program, that'll be the last day. You can kind of see what that looks like in the middle photo there. And that's just a way to kind of come together and show everyone what you've been working on throughout the 8 weeks. Kind of have a visual representation of your work, and see what everybody else has been doing. So that's always a really fun, nice way to close everything out. And then, as I mentioned, I was going to go briefly over the kinds of industry partners we've hosted in the past. We've had people speaking from anywhere from Intel, Texas Instruments. We've also had a graduate student panel. So this is always very popular. Everybody really enjoys this. It's past SURI participants who are currently enrolled in ASU engineering PhD programs. So they're speaking to the participants whose shoes they were once in, as a SURI participant, not in a PhD program yet. So that's a really nice thing that we like to host. Also had speakers from CIA Labs, Synapse Labs, Amazon, RMSCI, Lanel, and Honeywell. We've also had different faculty from ASU speak, as well as graduate recruitment and our International Student Scholar Center. So yeah. So I put this slide together just because I was receiving some frequently asked questions. So hopefully this can answer any ongoing questions you guys might be having right now. As I mentioned, you can only indicate up to 2 projects that you're interested in participating in. And this will be through a drop-down menu in the application. It's pretty self-explanatory once you get in there, but the first drop-down menu or option is the faculty, because some are hosting more than one project. So you click the faculty, and then the next drop-down is the project under that faculty that you want to apply to. And it'll have the project name and the project description in there. So just to confirm that you're selecting the right project. And yeah, you could do up to 2 projects. And then, as I mentioned, personal statement does not include letters of recommendation. And we don't accept students on a first come, first served basis. So, yeah, when we kept getting asked that, all applications will start being reviewed at the same time after the close date of February 4th. We don't have any specific requirement, GPA limitations or cutoffs or conversions. You don't have to convert your GPA. We understand that a lot of institutions, especially all over the world, have different GPA conversions. Or scales. So we just try to take that off of your plate as well. You can submit what you have. If you want to explain the kind of scale that your institution has and what your GPA means, you can do that in the personal statement, but not required. Okay, next, you are welcome to reach out to faculty. That's why we created the online catalog. It goes straight to their website on the ASU page, but it's not guaranteed. They'll respond. It's just kind of a way, some do respond, but it's not a requirement. You don't have to do that in order to apply. It's just kind of an option, if you want to reach out, and talk to them about what you're interested in or that you're interested in applying. And then let's see. Um, okay. That's kind of, I guess, yeah. I mean, I have a few more down there, but not super high priority, just some random questions we've been getting. you don't have to take a class under the professor hosting a project. That wouldn't be fair since we include non-ASU students, but we haven't asked that. And we can't speak specifically on individual applications given the high volume. So, yeah, we're just trying to give as much general information as possible to try and guide your application. And yeah. And then I always like to end on this quote, kind of sums up everything together. It's from a past survey participant. Um, it said the true highlight of the program was the opportunity to interact with fellow participants and mentors, engaging with brilliant minds who shared a passion for research, created an intellectually stimulating environment. The exchange of ideas, discussions about our projects, and collaboration on various research topics were not only academically enriching, but also inspiring on a personal level. Um, and then lastly, someone also mentioned the program's diversity being a valuable aspect. Interacting with peers from various disciplines and backgrounds broadened their perspective, taught them to appreciate different approaches to problem solving, also fostering an inclusive learning environment where everyone's unique ideas or unique expertise was celebrated. And then lastly is talking about the program solidifying someone's interest in research through the lasting connections they formed with different individuals, and the skills that they were equipped with, that they said will undoubtedly shape their academic and personal journey. So that's all I have for now. I know that was a lot of information, but I hope that that answered some questions and got you all familiar with the SURI program. So I have my email or the SURI email right there, but it goes directly to me, suri.fulton@asu.edu. So if you have any questions, you are welcome to ask them here or email me as well. And yeah, that's our website again at the top. So that's all I have. Um, Hopefully I didn't rush through that too much, but I can open it up to any questions or if you guys have any direction from here on out.
You, Chelsea. Thank you for your presentation. So, everyone, if you have any question, you can raise your hand or you can write in the chat. So, question and answer is open. Yeah. Okay, there is the question from the chat. Maybe Buffet, you can read for the first question.
Oh, you
Yes,
want me to?
there's a
Okay.
yes,
Um,
there's a question on the chat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, is the on-campus housing, um, sorry. Oh, okay. Paid out of the $5,000 stipend, or is it provided separately? That's provided separately. So, yeah, you won't be required or it won't be taken out of that stipend. You'll receive the 5,000 and then separately your housing will be covered. Um, it doesn't cover parking, so if you have a car or rented a car or whatever, that's not covered, but the housing itself is. So,
Yes. Okay, another question from the participant. Maybe from Erlangga University,
Yeah.
University. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Ibu
Yeah.
Mano. Thank you,
Okay.
Chelsea and Megan, and hello everyone. I'm Nasiti from Universitas Airlangga. To be honest, this is a very interesting program, especially for our students who are in STEM. My question is, what are the assessment indicators that should be considered for our students in order to be selected in this program? And then my second question is that do students' projects should be completed by the time of the showcase event? Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you.
perfect. Well, thank you for asking. And I would say, well, first, yes, we do intend, that's kind of the goal for students to complete their projects by that 8-week period. So I know it is a quick turnaround, but it can be done, and it has been in the past. And so, yeah, we are hopeful that by the showcase that the research project will be done. Of course, there's always more research to be done, but at least a presentation of the research that has been done, you know, any ongoing questions or just kind of working. You will be with the faculty, and then if they have a research team, they might have current PhD students involved. So it really varies by the faculty and the project, but you will be with other people and working closely with that team. Um, and as far as your other question, I would say it's kind of hard to say since there's a lot of different engineering program or different engineering majors that participate and that apply. And so it's hard to speak on specific like suggestions or recommendations, but I would just say you know, making sure that your resume really highlights the different research skills you have or different experiences, different projects you might have been involved with in school that could be applicable, as well as really trying to hone in on that personal statement, 'cause that's kind of your way of communicating outside of, you know, your transcript, resume, all of that to the faculty that will be looking. So the faculty are the ones that look at the applications, so they can select who will be involved in their projects. And so really trying to get your message across in that personal statement. And again, you're welcome to reach out to faculty. That's no guarantee that, you know, any selections will be made because it does have to go through the formal process. But yeah, I would say those two. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah, can I have another question? Yeah. So I just want to confirm that the students or the participants does not or do not have to come up with their own project. So they will have to just apply to the website and then uh, based on the selection team, they will choose the participants or not. Or should the students come up with a project that they already done they've done before in the previous year?
Yeah, that's a great question. I'll actually I'll stop this sharing and I will share my I meant to do that. Share my desktop really quick. So if you just type in SURI ASU, should be the um first or second website that pops up. It has all this information that I mentioned today, all the required materials, and then here you can download the SURI catalog. Oh, let's see. Okay. See. Okay. And here, so to answer your question, but also give a visual, you do not have to submit your own project. All of the projects have been submitted by faculty. So we have about 50 or so projects to choose from. Some have, as you can see, faculty have submitted more than one project. But yeah, so here you can find project description, the school that it's under, the program name, or project name, sorry, the campus that it's on, and then student eligibility, which all but one project is open to US citizens and non-US citizens, so international students, all types of students. But yeah, it also just has a project description, what the students will be doing, and then any prerequisite skills that they're looking for. So yeah, that's that. Let me see really quick. And then here is what I was talking about the faculty catalog. Basically the same information, but it goes directly. So if you're interested in and you already checked out the project catalog and you're interested in this faculty, you can just click on their name and it goes straight to their website under the ASU search. You could find their bio, their research experience, all of what they might have included here, and then any contact information, so like email and phone number. Um, so yeah, that's kind of hopefully answers that, but you do not have to prepare your own project or anything. So yeah. Okay. I'll
Great,
finish.
thank you, Chelsea.
Yeah, of course. It's back.
Thank you, Banastiti, for your question, and thank you, Chelsea, for the answer also. Maybe from another participant from ITB, maybe Andriansa. You have any question?
Oh, no, it's okay. I don't have any question. It's already
Okay,
clear. Thank you.
already good. Thank you, Pak Andriansa. And maybe for the representative from student, Cindy, Cesaria, maybe if you have any question. Mhm. And there is Esa Unggul also in participant. Do you have any question from Esa Unggul? Mm, yes. I think that's all. So Chelsea, if another participant or another hubs and affiliate will have a question, and then we can share this email address, yeah, for
Oh
Suri
yeah.
Fulton at AAC.
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
and it also is on the website. You should
Mhm,
be able to ask a question directly from there. But yeah, if not, you
mhm.
can jot this down, and then it'll go directly to me. So
Okay. And if you don't mind, maybe we can have your presentation, and then we can circular also to the hubs and affiliate.
yes, yeah, I will send that to Megan following this meeting. So you guys can send that out and have all the slides.
Thank you, Chelsea.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Chelsea.
And I hosted another session this morning, so I might give you those slides tomorrow, and add a few more of the FAQs that I answered, just to try and have as many questions as possible, answered on those slides directly. So,
Okay.
Well, if
Well,
there
yeah.
are no further questions, I want to thank Chelsea again for facilitating today's SURI info session. Again, if any questions come up after the fact, please don't hesitate to reach out to Chelsea. Also, if you do not recall Chelsea's email, of course, you can always email a member of our HEPI team and we'll get the question over to Chelsea as well. But looking forward to hopefully seeing a lot of applications from Indonesia specifically and getting to host some of you students here later this summer.
Yeah,
Have final questions before we close.
yes, so just to confirm our frequently asked question as well, Chelsea. So is it if the students is selected, is it covering the visa and also the flight tickets for the selected candidates or students?
yeah, that's a great question. So no, the stipend is separate, so travel expenses will not be covered. I do believe the visa, um, I don't remember what specifically. Maybe not the visa, but the DS 2019 is what you receive from ASU, and I believe that we cover that cost. Um, but again, we will go over specifics once that's selected, but I'll have to double check with our business team and our international student of scholar. Oh my gosh, I always get that messed up. But our international center, and I can get back to you guys on that. But yeah, travel expenses are not covered. So
All right, thank you then.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you, Faye. Sorry,
Oh,
mute.
final questions, Chelsea. You mentioned about the S 2019. So it means if the Indonesian students got selected, they will go to the US under J1 visa, right?
Yes, yeah, the
Okay.
J1 visa. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah,
and
from my understanding, the J1 visa is actually like a free visa by the US government for study abroad, I guess. But we need to double check, I think.
oh, okay, yeah. I Yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head,
Mhm.
but I can get back to you guys on that. But I do know, you guys
Thank you.
were with DS 2019, and then the J1 visa. So, and
Thank
then
you.
once, yeah, of course.
Back to you, Bu Menu.
Okay. Thank you very much, Manindi. So, okay, thank you very much, Chelsea, Megan, and thank you very much for the all participant. So we're looking forward your question, and also if anything would like to follow up, please let us know, and please sending to we will share the presentation and email address for Chelsea to communicate. Thank you very much, and have a good day, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank you for
you,
having
everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chelsea, thank you, Megan.
Thank you guys.